Hello, people. My name is Kali Boss. The only boss. Oh, wait, what else? Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Tap Send. Yes, Tap Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download Tap Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store, and when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama media, Texas, you drew ho. Very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download Tap Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Tap Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
Abeka Group of Companies and Sammy Flex TV presents September to Remember. And in September to Remember, Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. ATM wakwenya na oni yako Dubai. Na wako shewani su adie. Na fe ya sansu adie ni abo. Na yebeko tour places biti se Desert Safari, Dubai Frame, Atlantics Water Park, Dubai City Tour. Na fe yacht party nsu tietia. Na ya sansu party in the cloud. ATM ayen komani ye mekanchiro. Da be ya September to Remember. Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. Na yebasu 24th September. Dikosi 29th September. Annie. Enti for any reservation. Anasen chirichirimu bia. Any fresa huma true for we. 0243 514732. Ana plus 971 559 494061. Proudly sponsored by Sankofa Restaurant, Taste Africa, Ohineba Judgement TV, NFA, Edike Media. September to Remember Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. Ebeye kikim.
When we come back from the weekend like this, then you should know that we are in for the real business, because we have starved you, we have starved ourselves of rich content here on Sammy Flex TV. So when we come like this, we only have to do the work of God. So once again, Sammy Flex, I am back with my people, Digital Rasta Currency, who is on camera. Richie Flex is the editor, director of the show. And I'm here to do the work of God as usual, just as I have always been doing it. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. But let me start with this apology. I know this one, some people are not going to even accept it. I know this one, it is even going to break some hearts. But first of all, let me start with this apology. It's about Sammy Flex Connect. Last Sunday, or better still, yesterday, we were supposed to do it, guys. We were supposed to do it. I was available. I did not travel anywhere. There was no gig anywhere. But once again, a family duty called. And when I say a family duty, it's not as if my mother or my father or my sister or my sibling. No. It was one of my panel members, Yao Gray. And of course, those who watch this platform, you guys know him so well. His wife celebrated her 40th birthday. And on their wedding day, I was the MC on their wedding day. I actually controlled almost everything during their wedding, organizing and all that. So on such a day, if my man calls me and I don't show up, and later he sees that I was having a live video on YouTube, my man will be disappointed. He will not be happy with me, and I know how it feels, because where you call them, they come to you, and when they call you, you don't come. It will be unfair. So ladies and gentlemen, I actually thought I could go finish with that early, then come back to do it. But looking at how things were, at least if you go there, you take a bottle of something small. So right after, I felt Charlie, all was not right for me to do it. So yesterday, calls, messages, and oh my goodness, 3 weeks of not connecting. No, personally, I feel bad. Personally, I feel terrible about it. But once again, like we always do, please forgive me. And it is my prayer that this coming Sunday, nothing comes between me and you on the correct. I pray that this Sunday, nothing stops us. Even where we are, we still have to do it. So I pray and understand you would agree to this apology. You know how it feels. when a brother man calls you and don't show up, they always feel like, no, you dear, you are not doing this for anybody. Charlie, the talk be too much sometimes. So I just had to say, well, it was not something that I really wanted to cancel the Sammy Flex Connect battle I had to do. So I won't say much. Please forgive me. So all those who sent me messages, I've seen them. I've not even been able to reply them. I've seen them, and I'm sure that at the right time, we'll come back. Hopefully this Sunday, we'll come back to it. Now, that said, let's move on to business. Tap Send is also calling you. And now I know everybody is using Tap Send. Special thanks to man like Professor Ankonan Rebel. Of course, he's a constant user of Tap Send. So God bless him so much. Now, if you're also looking at sending money from abroad to Ghana, get this app downloaded on your phone. Put in your promo details, Sammy Flex, and you are good to go. Do it today and thank me later. Surely you are not going to regret it. Now, let's move on to business. I'm taking this business from the camp of UTV, and I'm talking about United Showbiz UTV, ably hosted by the beautiful, intelligent, hot MzGee. And as it stands now, I know since Saturday, they have been in the trends for so many reasons. So many reasons, one being the fact that there was a shoe, and my director will show you that shoe. There was a certain shoe that came out from nowhere, Ola Michael's shoe, that was all over the internet. And as it stands now, I hear Shatawale has even released a song in connection to that shoe. Of course, we also know that some 2 weeks ago, Ola Michael said something about Shatawale on the same show, where he said Shatawale did not deserve, I always forget this, a diplomatic passport because he thinks Shatawale's character, blah, 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 boom, 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 that is to him. So when everybody thought, oh, the next show, we are going to correct things. I've also seen a post from one of Shatawale's pages on Facebook saying Ola Michael has spoken to him and that if Ola Michael wants to apologize to him, the best he can do is to go out there to do the apology publicly so that any other person who is following this case will know that, yes, Ola Michael has done something wrong and that he wants to apologize. That is also fine. But let's move on to the real business. The real business is not the shoe. The shoe just came up to steal some attention. But the real business is the fact that during the show, during the live show, there was a clash between MzGee, who is the host, and Mr. Logic, who is a panel member. And of course, one of the long-standing panel members on the show. Since the show started, Mr. Logic has been on since till now. And he has been giving them the reviews. No two ways about that. Over the years, if there is one guy who has been very opinionated on radio programs, especially with Showbiz, Mr. Logic is one of them. In fact, I can proudly say I was one of the few people, or I was the guy who really started with Mr. Logic as Pandit, though he was doing his radio thing on XFM and other places. But on Plus FM, some years ago, when we were running Accra really, really hard and tough, Mr. Logic was part of my panel member. So I know his temperament and I know how he does his thing. So on this show, when Mr. Logic, or whilst Mr. Logic was doing his delivery, MzGee came in and said Mr. Logic should wrap up because one, A+ had yawned in the studio and therefore she believes other people who are watching the show from far and near will also be yawning. And therefore Mr. Logic should cut it because people want to sleep. This did not go down well with Mr. Logic. And as a matter of fact, Mr. Logic also came back hard. Well, maybe you missed it because I know it is not everybody who gets the time to watch all these shows all the time. But for the highlights, I don't want that one to escape you. So I would want you to go watch the highlights. How Mr. Logic was talking and the way MzGee came in, and I'll come back to run my commentary on it. Shout outs to Inoko Japan of Vim Crew, Speech Music Boss. He's actually commented on our Facebook post that he wants to watch my editorial on this because he knows I have been hosting panel members from young and old to middle and all those people. And I've never had this issue before with any of my panel members. I'm sure that is why he said, I want to watch the editorial on this one. Of course, I'm here. If you want it, I'll give it to you. So let's go watch what happened or how it happened in the studio. When we come back, I'll continue to do what I have to do.
Seek out the book venue before crowd promoters were there, show interest. How many of our people can even afford to pay all these hundreds of thousands to book places?
Once I saw you, it's an omuye wofi inti wrap you up na yen.
I know can some you.
For you ni inti wo kasa obi inti ebium inti pacho yen inti.
MzGee, but who knows? I mean, this is no, it's wrong for you to say that.
Me kasa.
Omo your house that my concern because I am making my point. Omo your today.
Yen inti na yen.
You can't say yen inti. This thing, MzGee, on first time I need to tell you this.
Me pacho.
No, it's your show.
It is 12
you are moderating.
midnight.
You cannot tell me what
it is 12 midnight.
Do you tell me what's it?
I gave everybody 1 minute. You have been speaking for too long. What can
you know what? MzGee, don't come back to me to speak. I won't speak again.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't come back to me on this show. I won't speak again. What are you telling me?
I bought 12 midnight.
So what? 12 minutes. So what? Did you time Kewa? You give him time.
You've spoken more than everybody else. In fact,
where's your timer? Where's your timer? Where's your timer?
The only argument and can
MzGee, if not for my, if not for
A plus,
what else? The father you are moderating doesn't give you no. You don't have the right to tell me something time.
I mean, moderating show.
Come on, man.
Any it's not me kasa. A plus.
Don't come back to me, Sammy Kasa. What kind of impudence? What do you mean by Amuda? Amuda, you home? Come on, man. Go around, don't come back to me.
Yeah, that's
what are you
fine.
talking about?
A plus.
You asked me. Okay. What did I say? This is the first time you're doing it. What do you mean by what do you want Amuda? Amuda for what reason?
A plus.
Don't even come back with talk.
It's okay. Then don't talk again. Let's A plus.
Don't even try this with me again.
A plus.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why you don't feel that you can sit yourself in disrespect. I'm not allowing you. You're making me angry with you.
You can be angry all you want, but it's
this unprofessional on our part. It is unprofessional. It is unprofessional.
Well, I
to tell a panel say it is unprofessional. I am telling you. It's unprofessional. Please learn on the job. Learn on this job.
I've been doing this for how many years?
How many
now
years?
You want to tell me to learn?
I've been in this job before you. Don't tell me what you're telling me. Learn on this job.
Please,
learn on this job.
You learn how to speak to the point and stop whining. You're wasting our time.
What is your...
Well, so that was exactly how it happened in the studio of United Showbiz, or UTV, better still. Now, this is my candid opinion. Sometimes I keep telling people that one of the hardest things to do as a host is to control panel members, their temper, and their delivery. And if you are hosting a panel, it is one very difficult area to play. I'm telling you this. You might not know. It is like that because when they are speaking with their emotions. When they are speaking, they are protecting their pedigree. When they are speaking, they are also trying to win some love and attention for themselves. So if you are not careful and you come in a way that is not palatable to them, they are going to be highly offended. And that was what I saw. I have done that with so many panel members. Sometimes, if you are not careful and even give them a time to speak, the time they will even elapse the time. You give the person 5 minutes. The 5 minutes that you've given to him, he will speak more than 5 minutes. Yet, if you try to say enough of it, then they are still offended. But first, let's do this without hiding the facts. I think MzGee's approach was wrong. Let's put it that way to start with. For instance, if MzGee wanted to just alert Mr. Logic that, Mr. Logic, your time is up and that there is no more time, she could have said it in so many ways apart from using the yawning from A plus and the fact that there are other people who will be watching at home yawning as well. That was an indictment, first of all, on Mr. Logic and on the whole show as well. Because if people are watching your show and you say, those who are watching your show are sleeping, it can't be just one person. It can't be just one person. Then it means the whole show, something was wrong with the show. That's why people will be watching and they'll be sleeping. Because if the whole show is really on fire at certain point, one person can't make people sleep. It is not possible. How can just one person make people sleep? When there is A plus who is here to talk, when there is Kewa, when there is Ola, when there is other people who are here to talk, how will they sleep? They won't sleep. So if MzGee felt that people were sleeping, then I'm sure she should have checked the whole show to start with. First of all, in such cases, you will let the person know, oh, please, time. Mr. Lodge, your time is up. Mr. Logic, can you wrap up? Mr. Logic, can you land? Like, so many ways of doing it. Or Mr. Logic, okay, your last words. Like, all these ways could be used to cut it. But to say, oh, have you seen A plus is yawning? There are other people who may be yawning as well. So please, just cut it. That to me came out not the best of ways. As a panel member, if you speak to him or her that way, the person will not take it cool. And someone like Mr. Logic, nah, I know him. I know Mr. Logic has had so much confrontation with so many people on platforms that he's appeared as a pundit. I know Mr. Logic has had so many issues with people on different platforms, including my own platform that I mentioned to you earlier. Mr. Logic has had confrontations with Otin, with Sally, with almost everybody on the show. Oh, may his soul rest in perfect peace. Willie Roy. Mr. Logic and Willie Roy. So much fight all day. But in all this, we were all able to control it. Now, that being said on the part of MzGee, let's move on to Mr. Logic. Like some people say, kukru kukru ni jaya, kikre kikre ni bejai. And again, there is a cause and there is a reaction. As a matter of fact, I agree Mr. Logic also did not say something right when he mentioned that MzGee should learn on the job. That one was also wrong. Mr. Logic did not say something right when he mentioned that MzGee should learn on the job. That is wrong. Because the moment you do that, then it means you're also undermining her efforts as a presenter. The moment you do that, then it means you are also telling her that she is not fit for the job. The moment you do that, then you are telling her that where she is sitting, she's not the right person to sit there. And coming from the back that MzGee came to fill the seat for Nanama McBrown, and that conversation of competition, this one is this one is that, and the fact that Nanama McBrown is still on air, and other people comparing United Showbiz to Onia Showtime and all those things, bro, that statement also would not go down well with her. But like I am saying, maybe if MzGee had not said that to Mr. Logic earlier, Mr. Logic too wouldn't have said that, unfortunately. That's why I'm thinking that all the two of them did not do something right. But who started it? That is where accusing fingers will be pointed at MzGee. That interception or that interruption by MzGee into that conversation, to me, the approach was not the best. The approach was not the best. The approach was not the professional way of doing it. She could have handled it in so many ways that would not have even offended Mr. Logic. She could have done that so many ways. Like, and I know she knows. I have a feeling that maybe on the day there were other things Mr. Logic had done earlier that MzGee was not too cool about. Or maybe on the day earlier, Mr. Logic had wasted some more time. Let me use that word for want of a better word. Maybe earlier, Mr. Logic had wasted some more time. So MzGee wanted to just cut everything short and did not want to continue. That approach was not the best. We all appear on platforms as panel members. And like I keep saying, I've hosted thousands of people as panel members on my shows, including here on Sammy Flex TV. When someone is beating the time, there are so many ways of doing it. When someone is abusing the time, there are so many, but you don't let the person feel like he is not making any sense. That is why you are cutting him. Because that is how the whole thing meant. Like, okay, because you are not making sense, I want to cut you. But if you are making sense, then I would allow you to talk. But you are not making sense. People are asleep, so I want to cut you. No. It is not because he was not making sense, that's why you wanted to cut him. But it was because of time. Because like she rightly said, it was 12 midnight. And after 12 midnight, you would want to call off the show. So once again, I am so happy that MzGee apologized to Mr. Logic one way or the other. And Mr. Logic also apologized to her. But unfortunately, people don't want to listen to the apology. People don't want to even pay attention to the apology. All that they are interested in is the competition and the push here and there. Later, I saw a screenshot from somewhere, and this one I'm here to confirm. Maybe my producer or my director can confirm later. Where I hear Mr. Logic went to post on his Facebook timeline the video, the picture of a picture of Nana Mama Brown, and captioned it a real queen or something. I saw a screenshot. Something flashed me like that. That after that encounter with MzGee, Mr. Logic went to post a photo of Nana Mama Brown and wrote that real queen or something. And if really Mr. Logic also did that, then that was also unfortunate. But once again, because I'm saying I've not seen it, I don't want to push that. But if he did that, that would have been wrong. Because this show, you can't say you don't appear on the show again. You are still going to be on the show. So if something happened and it did not go down well with you, it's just a matter of you guys solving it. And don't make the show look less. Or don't make the host of the show look less. Like I said, there was a screenshot that passed somewhere. I don't know whether it is real or one of those things online. Online, if you're not careful, some people mislead you. So sometimes when you see it, you just have to stand safe so you don't fall into the trap. But there wasn't an apology. There was an apology. Let's check the apology as well. When I come back, we wrap up.
But I want him to know, say, it's an entire production. And sometimes, no, you want to make a point, but time in you are. You better allow you to further. And you can say, Bonnie till Maya, except Utimitias, and logic with Pacho, assembling in and yes, say, assembly now can man for so. But I also don't agree with the fact that, meanwhile, Juma, I've been in this industry close to 10 years. In Accra alone, multimedia TV3, meanwhile, Juma. In that 10 years, me sure say you're calculating annually. You know, I bear 6 years out of it. So for you to come and sit here and tell me to learn on the job, I don't think it's appropriate.
Okay, can I respond to you now?
Yes, I've told you the reason. I say at least you're in term, and I don't appreciate that comment you made.
Let me also respond to you. Come in, Pachoweba. I want you to understand. Say me, I'm a very good observer. Yes, we'll say. Even just what you just said now, say, for you to come and sit here, that's another query. You see, you need to understand, say, yeah, Obia on the background of the tia. Me, when I started doing this media and radio job, MzGee with no disrespect, now I'm by media, and me who say, a idea or tie, and just a reaction from me. This is not the first time you are doing this, and me feedback from people, but me I overlook because I'm sitting down here because of Father Dixon. Not because of a moderator who has decided to take sides. Until we are them but for you to get a prompt from production, no, you could have find more better way of addressing. So, Mr. Logic, Ebia, your time is up. That would have make more sense to me than telling me say the way I come air yon and no son amount for yawning with fear. Please, who told you say? When the catcher will say people are home are sleeping. Yet to me go 2 o'clock when I'm for any guso. Then I'm 10K, 11K, 15K. But for you to tell me, say, the way I come here yawning, that's how people are yawning at home. When I sat here for Kewa to speak, I sat here for Kewa to speak almost 10 minutes. Let me try before I kind.
Hey, sir.
Oh, yes, I was watching my phone.
My producer said it's not true.
Very good. Whether it's true or not, he spoke over 5 minutes. In terms of say, where is your time? To end it, MzGee, me, I don't have any intention to disrespect you. But if you disrespect me, I will disrespect you because you have a man at home, I have a wife at home. My brand, Mr. Logic, Mr. Sammy building now, you are not in the media. I'm telling you on all authority. When I started building my brand Logic from media, you got to know me at the peak of my career. You didn't know me. You didn't know my name before Logic.
Logic, what can be?
No, I expect assembly is here. No, you can't continue. You are sorry. I also say I'm also sorry.
But what did I say?
Try to explain and say for me to sit down here, you are getting back to the issue.
No.
You still need to get your communication well, please. Let's forget about it.
Your point is made.
I'm
here because of Father Dixon.
So if Father Dixon is giving me instructions from behind, I represent Father Dixon. No, I represent Father Dixon here. If he says I'm that's fine. But to go to the extent to tell me say
the way you address me, do you know MzGee?
So the way
you Mr. Logic, I'm a
No problem. I don't.
Yes.
It's not a big deal. What do I think?
So address me with respect and I give you back that respect.
Ejuma na me Ejuma. Inti to kwasi. So wanyati asese Father Dixon na nini.
I have a lot of respect for you, but tonight you made me lost it for you.
Hence, you lost the respect for me. That's fine, but that's.
I'm telling you, you know the way I like you and I respect you.
No,
you don't know, eh?
This is a professional environment. It doesn't have anything to do with likes or
like really? Then that's why I dealt with you on the same measure.
So for you to say to me, say I should learn on the job. No, I don't think it's a fair statement to make. If you come to a show that's an immature is hosting, then you also are not qualified to be on the show. Basically, that's what you have said. So don't sit here. I think last week Mika said the M1 dia konomundi nko dia ka chirenu ye bon ho ban. I see people come and sit on this show every time, say things, and I've been told to hold my peace. I don't think that you can throw. No, I'm not talking about you, but I don't think you can throw my 10 years of experience away by saying by the time I knew you then. It is not fair.
How about my 20 years?
That you tell me say I should learn on the job after doing this over 6 whole years I did with you.
When you told me that my comment is making people sleep at home.
I didn't. You see, that's what you don't understand. And that's what I've been trying. Please, that's what I've been trying to explain to you. I said bonny tail. Na sena or yawning. Sana for or yawning.
Me because of Father Dixon. But I deal with why any more than once.
I am taking instructions from Father Dixon.
So, Missy, go and follow the feedback online. People have observed.
If you won't apologize to me, that's okay. But I've made my point.
But you didn't apologize. Did you apologize?
I explained to you that I didn't say. So what?
Did you say sorry?
Oh, sorry.
Apology is sorry.
Sorry.
If you say sorry, I'll say sorry.
Mr. Logic, sorry. I meant that the way he was yawning. That's how some people are yawning at only bonny tail. In fact,
okay, then I can also tell you, say, I'm also sorry, say, now can no one can intermediate responding to you.
Yes. I said I call breaker, then about between not A+ now.
Yes, so though this was the apology, even with this, there are still some people who feel, what kind of apology is this? There are still some people who feel that, no, this should not be an apology. This is something that even they think MzGee was still trying to stand on what she had said, and it even looks more, or it even sounds more insulting than the first one. But in all, guys, egos clash on such platforms. In all, guys, sometimes it happens. Me, I know. I've experienced this 1,000 times. Panel members not making point and you want them to end it, they will not be happy. And if you let me tell you guys something before I wrap up. There are sometimes panel members, when they are not even sure of the point they want to land, they talk excessively. I'm happy I've remembered this point because I wanted to say it. There are some panel members, when they are not sure of what point they want to land, they talk excessively. They talk because he's not sure what point he wants to land. It happens. I'm sure MzGee was feeling the same thing, that maybe Mr. Logic is not sure or was not sure of what he wanted to say. That's why he was running around, because she said, I said now, cannot do try, and it was unfortunate, guys. It was unfortunate. That's the end of it. If you ask Sammy Flex's opinion about this, I'll say no, MzGee did not get it right. That's what I'll say in short. MzGee did not get it right. There are others, let me say this to wrap up finally. There are others who also think that what happened was staged, but I ask myself, why would you stage this? Yes, a good number of people are online say, oh, they staged that. That is the nature of the show. At the end of every show, they want something to trend. So they staged it just to keep us talking. Well, that is fine if that is what they wanted to achieve. They've won. They've achieved it. But would you want that for a show all the time? Don't you think it undermines the authority of the show and the host itself? Because people who don't know it was staged would also come looking down at some people who were involved. Because now online is divided. There are some who are supporting MzGee for what she did. There are others who are against it. And same way for Mr. Logic. So when it happens like that, all these comments, these people see it and it affects them one way or the other. The host will read some of the comments, Mr. Logic will read some of the comments, and it doesn't make them feel good internally. In this world, what we see outside and what is inside us, they are two different things. Some people might pose to be big, to be strong, to be tough outside, but within them, they are not strong like that. So ladies and gentlemen, let's do things right. Let's avoid all these unnecessary controversies and shape up the industry. At the end of the day, that is what we are looking for. Sammy Flex, I won't say much. Let me leave it here. This has been the editorial here on Sammy Flex TV. And I keep saying with editorial, Those who have ears, let them listen. Those who don't want to listen, when the trumpet sounds, we will know what it means. A word to the wise is enough. I'm out of here.